Welcome back. Roxanna joining us for a fun segment today. Roxanna's just returned from South America, where she was for 3 weeks and took a group of people from the southern interior. Welcome home.
Thank you.
Great trip.
It was an awesome trip. It was really fun.
Yeah, and how many countries were you in?
3. Yeah, Uruguay, Chile, and Argentina.
And where did the fun begin?
Argentina.
All right. Well, we have pictures today, and we're going to follow along as best we can as we go through. And Roxanna has a little story about these. You've been to South America before, first of all.
I have, but not these 3 countries.
Is that right?
So many other countries, but not these 3. So that's, I love a new country in my passport.
Yes.
This is La Boca. So this is probably the most colorful part of Buenos Aires. Super colorful. Loved that they had tango dancers everywhere. Lots of color, just gorgeous. This picture is of downtown, and you'll see the contrast. Very, very European, lots of French influence, gorgeous, but doesn't look like South America you would typically think would look. The La Boca colors are a little bit more normal. So this is Recoleta Cemetery, where Eva Perón is buried. Oh. And I just love this photo. And Eva is buried with all the people who didn't like her. So it's really quite interesting.
Purposely so?
Purposely so,
No
yes.
kidding. That cat's just napping, right?
Oh, yes, that cat's just napping.
Okay, good. Good. All right.
And then this is Montevideo in Uruguay. And believe it or not, this is a river. The river is 200 kilometers wide.
No, why do they just call it a lake?
It feels like it's the ocean because the tide really goes in and out. And this is also the same river, but from a totally different vantage point. I love this picture. We took a bicycle tour and we rode by these people and nobody else around them, just them and their truck and their dog, and everybody else is over on that beach where you see all the people. So I had to take this picture of this couple because they're eating a hot dog, and we had to try one. But on top of that hot dog, it looks like cheese. Yeah. But that is shoestring potato chips.
Oh, delicious. I
and
could do that.
That's exactly how they eat their hot dogs.
All over the place there?
You betcha.
Delightful.
So they thought it was pretty cute that I wanted to take their picture, but it was so funny. So Mike and I went and found a 2-foot-long hot dog that we shared with those shoestring potato chips.
And do you like it?
I've tasted better hot dogs, but the shoestring made them crunchy. They made the hot dog crunchy. It was fun.
You should pull that out for the family one day.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Can we still buy those? I haven't tried to buy one.
I think you can. Yeah, no, for sure, in the chip aisle.
So then we went over to the Falkland Islands, which I loved. And I've seen a few penguins in my life, but not like 1,000, 1,500 at a time like we did there. And that was definitely a highlight. Beautiful, 3 different varieties of penguins. We had Tom Dickinson with us from TRU. He's the Dean of Science, and he knows everything about I think he saw 167 new species of birds. And he
on this trip?
Yes.
What?
And he was in his glory. So yeah, that was fantastic. Loved the Falklands.
What are the penguins like? Do they approach you? Do they do their own thing? They don't care
So
if you're there?
There's little white flags that you're not supposed to cross. And we were literally on this side, our side of the flag, but the penguin would come to our side and just have a conversation like we're having now. And, clearly we didn't know what they were saying, but they were happy to talk to us.
And are you allowed to touch them?
No, you don't touch them. And a lot of the king penguins were actually on their eggs, so they don't move, right? They just stay on top of their eggs, but it was so amazing.
Right.
It was awesome.
And again, sorry, I know you already said, but I missed it. Where exactly were those penguins? Are they right at the tip of South America? What is that
No,
called?
those were on the Falkland Islands.
Oh, Falkland.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So a lot of them are in people's farm yards. So, they're protected by the farmers because they're obviously making money for us to come and see them.
Sure.
But it was amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Very cool. All right, let's continue on.
So this is not in order.
Okay.
But that's okay. So this is Ushuaia, and beautiful, beautiful. Actually, you know what? It is in order. It's me that is thinking that this is Puerto Arenas. This is Ushuaia, so the very most southern city in the world, and where you hit when you go to Cape Horn. Gorgeous, kind of looks like Banff. Very colorful. We loved it. Now I think we might be out of our order. This is the Beagle Channel where all the glaciers are, and again, beautiful scenery, gorgeous. Patagonia is just stunning. I will definitely go back and do some hiking for sure. I'm not sure if the next one is, if we're going to go back to Cape Horn where we went. No, we're over. How did we get these out of order?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I downloaded them in
That's
the order
okay.
you sent them.
It's all good. So this is actually some hiking we did in the forest, and it was really, really interesting because this is an area where there's a lot of old coal mining. And so what I learned about coal mining that I didn't know was amazing, and what it does to the land. Just beautiful though, but it makes some really interesting caverns, and we had a fantastic day hiking there. It was awesome. I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Okay, let's see what the next surprise is.
So now we're over at Chuchabuco. This is an interesting little vantage point for Patagonia. Very sleepy village. Fishing is definitely their mainstay.
That looks like that could be at the Shuswap on a foggy
it does, doesn't it?
Thanksgiving weekend.
Absolutely. Let's see what we have next. So now we're up in Patagonia, where all of the whitewater rafting is. This is an active volcano. I believe, if I remember right, there's over 20 active volcanoes in this national park.
Wow.
One of them erupted in 2015, and I don't think it was this one. I think it was the one over, but just gorgeous, gorgeous. Kind of, this reminds me of Mount Fuji in Japan, but absolutely beautiful. For people who love to hike and love nature, and it's just stunning. I really can't wait to go back. This is in the same national park. Gorgeous rapids to river raft through. I could have spent a couple of days in here, but sadly it was a day because it was a cruise ship excursion.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're up in Valparaiso, Chile. That's where our cruise ended, and we spent 4 nights there. And Valparaiso is the most eclectic, artsy city I have ever been to. They have over I think 50 murals, and a lot of them are 16 to 20 stories high, and they all tell a story, and it's so colorful. We did a bicycle tour, but you had to get the bikes down the stairs before you started the tour, so this was us. But you can see how colorful it is.
That's very cool.
And I fell in love. When we first got there, everything was closed up, and you couldn't kind of see how vibrant the city was. But by the time everybody woke up Monday morning and all the storefronts were open, everything, it was just gorgeous. Absolutely loved it. So we're back at the Beagle Channel somehow. I'm not sure.
Oh, well.
I think this happened to us last time. This is a mural of Valparaiso, and that's truly what the city looks like. It's built on a hillside, and if you ask Tom Dickinson, he'll tell you that the ocean used to go up to the top part of the city, and the rest was underwater. I think it's 38 funiculars to get up to the top part of the city, and or there's stairs, and there's one of the funiculars. We took the stairs. I wish I would have kept count of how many stairs we did, but thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. It is a city where you do not require a gym pass.
Which allows you to eat whatever you want on vacation.
Honestly, it was, the Pisco Sours were running freely, and you didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
We did a day trip. This kind of looks like the Okanagan. We did a
Totally
day,
does.
down to Casablanca Valley, where it's their wine region. Beautiful, but yeah, I felt like we were right at home, and it's so funny because they're so proud of it, and they and it's like, yeah, we've got that too.
Yeah,
but
thank you for showing us yours.
Exactly right. It was gorgeous. Yeah,
fantastic.
Is that it?
I think so. I apologize for having those out of order. You handled it like a champ, Roxanna.
Well, you know what? I'm off to Africa on Wednesday, so when we do Africa, we'll see if we can get it in order.
Right.
And I think we've done this a few times where we don't have, but we'll
you always manage.
We'll get it right.
Figure it out. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing some of your stories, and we wish you luck as you take your next adventure.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back on to learn a little bit about that trip. But of course, any questions, as always, travelwise.ca, phone number 851-0211. Quick break, we'll be right back.